Hello, welcome to another video. It has been a long time since I've made a video, especially one where I just sit down and talk to the camera. It's been a long time. I think the last one of these was when I talked about the athlete's food coach. Long time ago. They got some good views too. So, I've been building this gym, as you see behind me, over the last few months. We've been open now for coming up 1 month. In 3 days it'll be 1 month, and the response has been amazing. The gym is Elevate Fitness Patra. Now today I've come on because since opening the gym I've had a change of heart in my training, and I want to reflect on that and talk about it, because I feel like some people can probably resonate with it, and it applies to most people. So what has changed? A lot of you might watch this channel for my cycling content. Now, a lot of last year, for the last, I'd say, 18 months, I concentrated a lot on my cycling. I was doing a lot of triathlon work before that, running, cycling and swimming. However, I got an opportunity with a coach and I decided to take on cycling. I joined the local team here in the city of Patra, and it went quite well. I got some podiums, got some pretty good finishes, and enjoyed the racing scene here. However, there's mainly two reasons why I stopped. Well, I'd say three reasons why I decided to stop training in cycling recently. I'm going to go through those now. Now, the first one is a pretty obvious one really, is opening this gym. I realised as I was leading up to the opening day that my usual 10 to 15 hours of cycling training per week, I just wasn't going to be able to do it. I like to do things at their best, so whatever I do, I like to just put my absolute best work at it and try and succeed at them. So I realised that if I carried on cycling, I wasn't going to be able to do that. With the opening of this gym, I had to make sure that all of my sessions were short, so like 1 hour, hour and a half, and as you know, some of you might know, cycling sessions can be upwards of like 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. So I decided to consolidate all of my time, focus a lot on the gym and get the most out of my sessions in short periods of time. So the second reason why I decided to stop cycling all the time is because I was like fighting a losing battle. I used to strength train a lot, as you might see. I still hold a little bit of muscle on me, and as some of you might know, cycling is all dependent, especially when you're racing in mountains like I do here, it's dependent on watts per kilo. So raising your functional threshold power, or your all-round power anyway, and decreasing your weight. The less weight you are, the higher your power is, the higher your watts per kilo, and the faster you climb up mountains, and the more likely you are to win races. However, I'm quite strong, so I managed to get my FTP up to 320, and my weight, unfortunately, it was hard to keep down. I was averaging sort of like 78 to 80 kilos most of the time, and I was constantly trying to get it down. However, I was fairly lean, so the only thing I had left to lose was my muscle mass, and it was hard to lose that, and also I didn't really want to. I was still going to the gym quite regularly, and because I was strength training for most of my life now, is that I was just holding on to a lot of it. So I wasn't really finishing in positions where I liked. On the flats I was fine, however as soon as we'd hit a climb I would just lose the front group and we would go. This led me to a lot of frustration, and it was a lot of a mental battle for me with food as well. So I decided that it's probably best just to knock on the head for a while and focus on some other things. The third reason why I stopped cycling will lead me right into what I'm doing now. So I used to enjoy strength training a lot. So I first got into fitness, I was quite overweight, and I got into fitness through bodybuilding. I then went from doing bodybuilding for like 5 years, into CrossFit, which I did for maybe another 5 years, and then I got into cycling, or running and cycling, and then I decided to dedicate myself to cycling. And I'm pretty good at building muscle, and I wouldn't say I'm the strongest, but I'm pretty good at building muscle. So I quite enjoyed that aspect of my fitness journey, and I only really got into cycling through COVID because there were no gyms. So I realised that I wanted to go back to that. I miss a lot of that, and obviously I now own my own gym. So having our own gym means that I can train in whatever I want to, and that thing is strength training and bodybuilding again. However, this does not mean that I won't be doing endurance sports anymore. I really enjoy running, and I'm probably just as good at running as I am cycling. So I'm not the best, but if I put some time into it, I can achieve some pretty good things. So my personal bests so far are 90 minutes and 30-second 5K. I can do a 1:30, or I have done a 1 hour 33-minute half marathon, and my 10K is around 42 minutes, something like that, 41 minutes. I've never really tested it. I've always tested my 5K and my half marathon. They're my two favourites. So I decided to go back to that. If anyone that runs and cycles, you'll know that running workouts are much shorter and just as effective as cycling workouts. So it does work well for my schedule. So what does this mean, and how does my schedule look for my training? So I'm trying to be quite holistic with my training, and so I'm doing at the moment 3 days in the gym and 3 days of running, just so I can build some more muscle back and some more strength, and also get faster running. My aim with my gym training is simply just to put on muscle. I'm not too bothered about strength. I worked a lot of my legs over the last few years, and they've got quite strong and particularly quite big. I don't think I have to worry about hypertrophy or muscle building in my legs. However, my upper body is lacking now. With cycling, you work a lot of strength in your legs, so yeah, I've built a lot of muscle there, but you lose everything upper body because you're just not using it. So my aim now is to build up my upper body, and I'm working that a lot. I've made some good progress in the last, I'd say 8 weeks that I've been doing this again. And then with running, I do have some pretty significant goals. As I said, I've done a 1 hour 33-minute half marathon, so my aim now is to go sub 90 minutes. I've got a half marathon coming up in about 5 weeks. However, I don't expect to hit it then, but in April we have another one in our city here in Patra, so I hope to hit that. So from now on, watch my training, keep watching the videos. I'm going to try and upload some every week. This one is just a talking video, but I will go through some of my training in detail, what I do. If you have any questions and you want to know more about my training or how you can implement some of what I do into your training, drop some questions in the comments or message me directly on Instagram, and we can work together and see if we can build a quality program for you. In the meantime, if you also want to check out our gym, we are located on Corinthu 125 in Patra. Come on down and check us out. We run small group personal training classes and focus on like strength and conditioning style training. It's my own methodology that I've taken from all of my 15 years of training and consolidated to one. We also have a run club every Saturday at a nice social pace. We run at about a 7-minute per kilometre pace, so super social. So come along. We get coffee before or after if you feel like it. Come on down, meet us here. We start that at 8:30 every Saturday morning. Yeah, we hope to see you here, and until the next video, keep training, keep smashing it, and yeah, keep focusing on those goals.